What's up, Buzz fam? Back with another Beers and Bars video. I'm Casey.
This is Court.
Today we're checking out NF's Hope.
Yeah.
NF is back.
Oh, yeah. And like my man, of course, he happy over here, man. He's
I'm
like one of
happy.
the biggest NF fangirls ever.
Fangirl.
And I'll become like a fangirl as
I've been
well, though.
spamming their albums. I've been spamming him when the new stuff comes out. And he's like, yeah.
You know what, though? But this is like really good for me because I get to be a part of, the situation where I'm hearing stuff at the same time as everybody else is, though.
That's true.
So
That's
this is
true.
also exciting for me too, as well. Because I've been behind on the NF journey. So,
Dude, yo,
I'm playing catch up.
Without any further ado,
Let's go.
Let's check
get this
it.
shit.
We
Let's
got
get it.
super lucky that we're recording on the night of a drop.
Yeah.
I'm stoked. I don't have to wait a week to
Yep.
hear it. Let's
Okay.
do it.
Let's
go. Cheers, guys.
I'm on my way, I'm coming. Don't lose faith in me. I know you've been waiting. I know you've been praying for my soul.
This is
Now,
giving
that's
me
him singing, right?
I think, but this is giving me Castaway vibes.
Wilson.
Yeah, right. I mean, what better thing that Tom Hanks had was than Hope, right?
Yeah, that's right. And this is, this is a nice tie-in though, right? Because it's just like you are in the middle of nowhere, nobody, to save you, and like all you have is just that hope,
hopes
that
and
faith.
prayers. Yeah.
So
30 years you've been dragging your feet, telling me I'm the reason we're stagnant.
So already 30 years you've been dragging your feet, telling me like we're stagnant, right? I feel like because he always talks about stuff like that, I think he's talking to his burdens because he always carries his burdens with him, like, and they're usually the black balloons that you see in all of his stuff.
Okay. Yeah.
So I think he's probably talking about his burdens.
yeah, that's interesting. And also one of the other things that I'm getting to is just like maybe it's kind of like God talking to him, hey, 30 years,
That could be.
you've been dragging your feet though, and it's just like, hey, like
Get
you got
up.
the power to get the hell
get up.
up,
You
though,
get up and do it. Yeah,
but it's
yeah.
on you.
Your feet telling me I'm the reason we're stagnant. 30 years you've been claiming you're honest and promising progress. Well, where is it at? I don't want you to feel like a failure. I know this hurts, but I gave you your chance to deliver. Now it's my turn.
So he's talking about like I've given you your chances and all that stuff, right?
Yeah.
But one thing I've also noticed in everything I've ever seen from NF, he's always wearing black.
Oh,
But
that's
right
some
now
shit.
he's wearing white, which
Okay.
represents like hope, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I think
No,
it's
dude, I
like he's
that. I
turning,
like
like
that.
he's
Yeah.
turning the corner.
Yeah. Okay. So it's just like, it's, at the process right now, like where he's starting to get that breakthrough.
Right.
Like
That's
it's
what I think.
beginning.
That's what I think.
Okay. Yeah. I like that. I like
Even
that.
in his bad situation that he's clearly in.
Yeah. And it's just like, see, this is where his faith comes in. I know I don't see any land right now.
Right.
Mentally or physically or whatever, but I know that it's there.
Yeah.
And I'm going to get to it somehow.
Chance to deliver. Now it's my turn. Don't get me wrong. Nature had a great run, but it's time to give the people something different. So without further
So he's saying, he's like, don't get me wrong, right? Like, but he's saying it's time to give them something new, right? Because for so long he's been like the dark, gloomy Nate. Like,
You know what? And that's some old truth right there, because a lot of jams that you introduced me to, everything was kind of in the dark. Everything was, just freaking shadow with depression and just with all of these bad things, that people are going through. But I like the fact that he's kind of starting to, turn that corner. Just like
that's
how
what
you
I think.
were saying,
That's
man.
what I think.
You
I mean, I don't know.
So this is interesting, man. Like this is kind of a newer Nate for me.
right.
So,
It's a new Nate for me. And I've been listening to him for years.
yeah, man.
give the people something different. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce my album. My album. Hope. What's my definition of success?
So
And like, you know what
he's
else?
like, I want to introduce my album. So this is the introduction to his new album that's about to drop, which I can't wait for, obviously. But it's like,
Oh, yeah.
His new album, I guess, is going to be called Hope.
I'm not sure. I mean, but it would be an interesting album title, you know. But also one of the other things that I'm noticing as well. See this video full of sunlight, man. Like everything, you know, just like how you said, it's been dark and gloomy.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, man, like maybe he might be turning, dude, like for real. Like this is gonna be pretty interesting to see.
Well, and that's one of the biggest criticisms that he always gets is like all of his music is dark
Yeah.
and moody and like stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
He's like, why don't you give us something nice to like grime to or like bump to or whatever, right? So maybe here it is.
Yeah, and I think too, it's just like with everything that he was going through. I mean, like maybe like everything was dark and gloomy for that period in time. So that's why the music came out the way that it did, though. You know, but maybe now, like he's starting to kind of experience some of the really good things in life.
Yeah.
And it's just like he wants to bring that to light now because it's just like he only writes off of experience. Like from all the
from
jams that I've been
emotion.
hearing,
Yep.
he only writes off of experience. And you know what? And so it's going to be really interesting to see as we peel back this onion with this, man.
Hope. What's my definition of success? Listening to what your heart says. Standing up for what you know is right while everybody else is. Tucking their toe between their legs. What's my definition of success? Creating something no one else can. Being brave enough to dream big. Grinding when you're told to just quit. Giving more when you got nothing left. It's a person that'll take.
Yes, man. Dreaming
Yes.
more, giving something when you have nothing
Yes.
left.
Yes.
Like, oh
Yes.
man.
Yes, yes,
That's
man.
the
And then he's
definition
up
of
there talking
success.
about the separator too. Yeah, man. The separator is putting out stuff that nobody else
Yes,
is
it does.
doing, though. You know.
Yep.
So that's how you do it, man.
Hell yeah.
Dream big. Grinding when you're told to just quit. Giving more when you got nothing left. It's a person that'll take a chance on something they were told could never happen. It's a person that can see the bright side.
Did you see him? His other self is on the rock.
Person that'll take a chance on something they were told could never happen. It's a person that can see the bright side.
Look,
Yeah.
look what he's dressed in.
Yeah, I know, black. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
His old self is on the
All
rock.
right, man. Shoot. Enough against himself.
Person that'll take a chance on something they were told could never happen. It's a person that can see the bright side through the dark times when there ain't one. It's when someone who ain't never had nothing ain't afraid to walk away from more profit because they rather do something that they really love and take the pay cut. It's a person that would never waver or change who they are just to try and gain some credibility so they can feel accepted by a stranger. It's a person that can take the failures in their life and turn them into motivation. It's believing in yourself when no one else does. It's amazing what a little bit of faith can do. If you don't even believe in you, why would you think or
Dude, you know what, man? Just with what's going on in this video right now, I don't know. I remember something out of the Bible, like where, I don't know, either it was Moses, that was on the path, on a journey, or it was the Lord that was actually on the journey. And it's just like he had, that evil figure trying to point him in certain
wrong directions, right.
Yeah.
Well, and this-
so I
and-
wonder what this, yeah.
Well, and this one is pointing him in circles, right?
Yeah.
So he's like lapping the island, starting right back
Yeah.
where he was, because they don't want him to get rid of the burdens.
Yeah.
Right. They
Yep.
want him to keep that baggage,
Just like keep that
and he's
cycle,
trying
man.
to and he's trying to shred it, and he's got a bad map, is
Yeah.
what it's looking like, right?
Yeah.
He's like looking at the map. He's like, I don't know,
Yeah.
but this dude's pointing me in this direction.
Yeah, man. And it's just like the never ending cycle.
His inner demons got him on a
It's
loop.
that rut.
what a little bit of faith can do. If you don't even believe in you, why would you think or expect anybody else that's around you to? I done did things that I regret. I done said things I can't take back. Was a lost soul at a crossroad who had no hope, but I changed that. I spent years of my life holding on to things I never should have kept, full of hatred. Years of my life carrying a lot of baggage that I should have walked away from. Years of my life wish.
Like I said, man,
Dude,
he's carrying all
dude.
that baggage he should have walked
that's
away
right, man.
from.
Yeah, that's right, dude. And it's just like that's that stuff that you got to lift off, man. And it's like you got to make peace with certain things in your life, man.
Right.
And then you got to move on.
Years of my life carrying a lot of baggage that I should have walked away from. Years of my life wishing I was someone different, looking for some validation.
You hear that like violin like screeching in the background?
Yeah, when I hear that element, man, that element is nice, bro.
It's cool.
That I should have walked away from. Years of my life wishing I was someone different, looking for some validation. Years of my life trying to fill a void, pretending I was in. They get it.
Oh. Oh, damn.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
I think he's back in the mansion.
Oh, dang. So it's just like, hey, they're trying to put him back.
Yeah.
You know, where
Back in
he
the walls.
started, though, you know, like
Yeah.
back in the walls, have him trapped and everything. And, you know,
Dude.
as he was starting to make progress,
Yeah.
they're just like, know what, man?
Nope.
We gonna put you right back in your situation. And you ain't never getting out of this.
He never
You
coming
know?
out. Oh, man.
Okay.
That's the Mansion song. Guys, I'm pretty sure Mansion was the one that we recorded and it didn't record.
Yeah.
And we had to scrap it, so we couldn't put it out. And we were super upset about it. But, oh, that sucks
Yeah.
that we lost that video.
Necessary evil, difficult to go through, yes, but beneficial. Some would say having a mental breakdown is a negative thing, which on one hand I agree, but on the other hand, it was the push I needed to get help and start the healing process. See, if I'd never hit rock bottom, would I be the person that I am today? I don't believe so. I'm a
So he's talking about.
I remember some
Yep.
of those different doors.
Well, there's the doors
You know,
that,
that-
they always open
Yeah.
to like something like another bad room that he wants to
Yeah.
be locked inside.
Yeah.
And his burdens are stuck in each one of them.
Yeah.
And so you see that with the black balloons and everything,
Yeah,
right?
that's right, though. Like, it's like all the heavy burdens and everything. So, damn.
Dude, there's so many
Yeah.
tie-ins in this.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it is, man. It's
There's
like a
so
lot.
many tie-ins.
mental breakdown is a negative thing, which on one hand I agree, but on the other hand, it was the push I needed to get help and start the healing process. See, if I'd never hit rock bottom, would I be the person that I am today? I don't believe so. I'm a prime example of what happens when you choose to not accept.
Ooh, and that's one of his other ones where he's locked in the cage. Like,
Okay.
oh man. So
Okay.
yeah, that's a different album. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Dude, there's so many
And
times.
would I be the person that I am today? I don't believe so. I'm a prime example of what happens when you choose to not accept defeat and face your demons. Took me 30 years to realize that if you want to get the opportunity to be the greatest version of yourself, sometimes you gotta be someone you're not to hear the voice of reason. Having people make
Ooh, I like that.
You got to be
I
someone
like
that you're not in order to hear the voice of reason.
Right. He's
Damn.
like, sometimes it took me 30 years to realize that sometimes, yeah, you gotta, like, man, like this is like so deep because it's like, like, cause you had like therapy session and all those
Yeah.
like different albums, right? And like you've been growing with NF like this entire time, and each time you can feel like his different stage, like the therapy that he's in, right?
Yeah.
And now he like you've been saying, he sounds like he's turning the corner.
Yeah.
On it all, and he's able to open these doors that
Yeah.
he's never been able to open before
Yeah.
in this mansion that he felt like he was locked in.
Yeah.
And now he's like, oh, yep. Oh, yep. I remember that part of my life. Let me
Yeah.
close those doors back up because I'm going to keep
Yeah, that's
moving
right.
on. Right.
Uh-huh. Instead of just freaking staying there and just
And being
dwelling on it,
trapped.
though. And just like, oh, man, I remember this. I remember that. And I can't forget it. And I'm going to keep on holding on to it. But he's like, okay, I'm just going to close this up.
Right.
Whatever. I'm moving.
And like, I think this one represents like him thinking that he was going to be stuck in that cage forever.
Yeah.
Right. Because this is an old version of Nate, but he's not that. Right.
Yeah.
He's like, nope, turn the corner on that. That's not going to be me.
to be the greatest version of yourself. Sometimes you gotta be someone you're not to hear the voice of reason. Having people make you really take a step back and look in the mirror. At least for me, that's what it did.
Now, where's he going? Where's he
Go
going?
every day and pick my son up, hold him in my arms and let him know he's loved. Standing by the window, questioning if that is.
Oh, I didn't realize that Nate had a kid. So I knew he got married a while back. And I remember like one of his albums, he talks about like he takes all of his awards and stuff like that and he just tosses them away. But like his
Yeah.
wife put him up in like their house and hanging him up. Like she's super proud of him.
Yeah.
So now he's talking about like every day I wake up and I hold my son and like it's super great.
Yeah.
So I think this is where the hope's coming from.
Gotcha. Yeah, man.
Dude, this is crazy.
That's what it did. Wake up every day and pick my son up, hold him in my arms and let him know he's loved.
And now that you say that, you know, this is like probably like one of the other reasons, like he's trying to set a really good example for his kid.
Ooh, yeah.
though, because it's just like if his kid is looking at him, you know, going through all this, you know, turmoil and just drama and stuff like that, you know, then that's all his kid is going to know.
Yep.
Because this is all that he sees.
You're right.
And so with Nate showing this other side,
You got to be strong.
no, yeah. And this is going to make his son
Strong.
to be that way. Yeah.
Yep.
So that's good stuff.
That's cool.
Love standing by the window, questioning if that is ever going to show up. Isn't something he's gonna have to worry about. Don't get it twisted, that was in the shot. Mama, I forgive you. I just don't want him to grow up thinking that he'll never be enough. 30 years of running, 30 years of searching, 30 years of hurting, 30 years of pain, 30 years of fearful, 30 years of anger, 30 years of empty, 30 years of shame, 30 years of broken, 30 years of anguish, 30 years of hopeless, 30 years of 30 years of never.
Oh, with the mask. Like the burden mask. Oh my god. Dude, this is so
Didn't
cool. It's
one of
30
that
years
happen
of-
in one of the intros that you showed me or something?
Yeah, dude,
like
he
that?
always had
had
like that
the-
paint, like like
Yeah.
man, this is crazy.
Searching 30 years of hurting, 30 years of pain, 30 years of fearful, 30 years of anger, 30 years of empty, 30 years of shame, 30 years of broken, 30 years of anguish, 30 years of hopeless, 30 years of 30 years of never, 30 years of maybe, 30 years of later, 30 years of fate, 30 years of hollow, 30 years of sorrow, 30 years of darkness, 30 years of 30 years of baggage, 30 years of sadness, 30 years of stagnant, 30 years of change, 30 years of patience, 30 years of suffering, 30 years of torment, 30 years of 30 years of bitter, 30 years of lonely, 30 years of pushing everyone away. You'll never revolve. I know I can change. We are not a
Dang, man.
Dude,
This is that release, man. This is
It's
that
released.
release.
That's what I was gonna
dude.
say. It's like
Yeah.
he's feeding, like it's like coming out, like he's forcing it
Yeah.
out of his body.
Yeah.
Like I'm done with these. I'm done with the
Yeah.
baggage. I'm done with the
Yep.
burdens. I'm done with
Yep.
it all.
Yep.
It's got to be gone.
Yeah.
30 years of lonely, 30 years of pushing everyone away. You'll never revolve. I know I can change. We are not enough. We are not the same. You don't have the heart. You don't have the strength. You don't have the will. You don't have the faith. You'll never be loved. You'll never be safe. Might as well give up. Not running away. You don't have the guts. You're the one afraid. I'm the one in charge. I'm taking the rain.
Yes. Yes.
I
yes,
love that
yes,
he's
yes,
arguing
yes,
with himself.
Yes.
I have the guts. You're the one afraid. I'm the one in charge. I'm taking the reins.
Taking the reins. Oh my god.
Dang. Man.
So amazing.
So my man just like took the bull by the horns, man. You know, he taking control of his life, taking control of his situation.
Yo.
You know, so the rest of this album is going to be
Lit.
pretty interesting.
It's gonna be
though.
awesome.
You know,
I
Yeah.
can't wait. I can't
Yeah.
wait. Comments, let us know what else to check out.
Yep.
If you're new here, subscribe to the Buzz Fam.
Oh, yeah.
Welcome.
Oh yeah, and also, hey, cop that merch.
Oh
All right?
yeah,
Like, we got
merch is
that
coming
merch
out.
line too.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, we dropping that
So
today.
Drop that.
Or we dropped it a couple days
Yeah.
ago on our Twitter. It's coming out now on.
Yep.
We're putting it out on the YouTube.
Yeah, Mhm.
And,
it's gonna be out on.
Welcome to the Buzz Fam, and I'm so excited for right now. Like this, I can't even think straight.
Yeah,
Next one, guys. Peace.
gotta give him some time to cool off. All right, all right, peace, y'all.